Guys, welcome to Brady TV. I'm your host, Ted Samra. Now, we have a very special duo with us who are launching a very new film called Raksha Bandhan. Now, we've seen storylines of boy meets girl, parents disagree, and so on and so forth, but how often do you see films about, a brother and sister love, a bond, something which, is something that we don't often see, but you know what? These guys have done it. So, Akshay Bhumi, firstly, welcome to Brady TV.
Thank you very much.
Now, I would say, how does it feel like being in London, but you're here quite often, right? This is a second home.
I mean, he's done a few films here in England.
Yeah, but I come for work, but she comes to enjoy
pleasure.
and she...
Yeah? Well,
Vacations,
Yeah,
holidays.
vacations, yeah.
I'm guessing Harrods is on the list? Shopping centre?
Most days.
Yeah.
Most days, I would say.
No, that's awesome. But guys, thank you so much. We know you're super, super busy, but thank you for taking time out with us. Now, let's talk about the film. Now, I'm sure you've had so many questions about the standard stuff. We like to jazz it up a little bit, right? So the film itself, brother and sister bond. Yes, there's a love tale behind it, but brother and sisters involved as well. Like, how important do you think that is in this current climate of going against the norm and talking about things
I think
that,
every relation is important, whether it's brother and sister, father and mother, husband and wife, every relation is important. But yes, I've seen many Hollywood films or even British films about a family relation of husband and wife or a boyfriend or girlfriend, but I've never come across any film which talks about brothers and sisters relation. And even in Hindi cinema also, the last brother and sister relation anybody made a film was about 35 to 40 years back. So it was something which I loved it, the kind of film which Mr. Anand Rai came with and the kind of idea he had. And also at the same time talking about the relationship behind, there is another thing called talking about dowry, which is another big thing, and how to face it, how the problem comes in, how the solution is. So there are many layers to this film, and something like this which comes in your life is once a lifetime. So I was very lucky, we were very lucky to have something like this coming in.
how did you feel with the storyline? Was you touched by it? Like what parents might be going through, what siblings might be going through, because these are like real life instances.
It's a very, very sad thing what they go through. It's a very, very it's shocking the kind of stories you get to hear. So, and how the parents or the families or the brothers, how they face it, and how the other families react to it, the people who want the dowry, how they understand what they think, how they think it is important if you're giving your boy, if a boy wants to marry a girl, so the girl should be giving dowry to the guy's family. Why? Because the mindset is that because the girl is coming here and we need some money to take care of her. It's very strange what kind of behavior they have. So it talks about it.
No, but hand on heart, like when I kind of saw the storyline, I was genuinely touched because it's something different, it's something against the norm, but it's real life issues that we're starting to bring to the forefront. Let's talk about the movie industry in general. Like the movie industry has been through a lot since COVID. It's been through a lot since what's happening around the world.
It's also I want to talk about one thing. Yeah. A lot of marriages happen where they give money without the guy's parents asking it.
Yeah.
But when you give it, they actually, if you're given less, they actually feel it that I wish you would have given more. And it's some kind of an ugly talk also I've heard when they do all these things. I don't know how to say it. But,
do you think it's down to social conditioning? So like it's been generations of this is how we be. So it doesn't matter how much one part of India becomes westernized.
उन्होंने हक है.
That's right.
उन्होंने हक है इस तरह लगता है उन्होंने.
And that's often when people come to abroad, like the kids study abroad, and then obviously they get into a different type of marriage. They don't like it because they might be in the mentality of condition of like this is how we do things. We're coming to the West.
And it happens like in all stratas of the society, it is not like a small town India problem or certain sections, even the educated classes, you could be like in top-notch jobs and still expect that. As I said earlier, we just feel like it's a part of our culture and we deserve this, it's like, it's like a ritual that needs to be followed. And even though now there might be like evolved people that don't ask for it openly, but
expecting it.
They are expecting it, as sir was
They-
saying.
they are- they
उनको लगता
are.
है कि, you know, ये तो करना ही
It's a
है.
given, yeah.
You know, it's a gift if it's not, you know, asked openly.
And
So-
if you don't do it, I'm saying, they're saying, आप लोग बहुत छोटे घर से हो, मतलब from a very small family. It is very strange what kind of a behavior it goes through.
But these are kind of steps that we're taking to start tackling these
But-
issues.
And the best part about this movie is it talks about the problem, but also it gives a solution.
And it's like just talking about another actor, Ranveer Singh. He made a movie whereby his parents were forcing him to have a son, and he addressed that issue. It doesn't matter if I have a son or daughter, I'm going to love her equally. And these issues are now starting to be spoken about more and more and more, which is commendable. Let's I know we're running short of time. There's so much I want to ask you guys. Let's talk about Punjabi cinema, right? Punjabi cinema is growing. I'm throwing you off here. Punjabi cinema is growing at a great rate.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Punjabi cinema? Because obviously, British TV, we do a lot with Punjabi cinema. What's your thoughts about how quickly Punjabi cinema is growing? Is this something that you guys are aware of? Is it something that you guys watch?
Absolutely, because it is like it's a part of popular culture now. And that's the beauty of what's happening within films in India. That different regions and different languages are equally loved, and I feel just Punjabi films, I think they do comedy really well. Because I've seen a few. And in fact, I feel they have some phenomenal directors. I'm working with one very soon, so I'm quite excited. But I'm sure Sabha has seen and he understands it a lot more than.
I produced roles.
Oh,
Yeah.
which one?
बहुत सारी again.
Oh no.
But Akshay also brought in RDB. He was the first guy to bring in the first UK Punjabi
It's not only Punjabi film, it's Punjabi songs also.
Yeah.
And Punjabi songs,
Yeah.
they've all been in
Yeah.
on Hindi cinema so much.
Kala Chashma was the biggest one, like couple.
बहुत सारे इस तरह दे बहुत गाने हैगे ने भले समझ भी नहीं आते ने लेकिन फिर भी
No, all is Filhals.
फिलहाल was Hindi song.
But still, it's by a musician from Punjab.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? Who's your favorite Punjabi actor? Do you have one? Like the Jeet's doing amazing things in both.
I really like Jeet. I think Amy Virk is very good. So Neeru is a friend, so I think she's like fantastic. I've seen some of her work, and it's amazing how she's like at it. It's amazing.
What about songs? Is there a favorite Punjabi song? Like not even now. Just is there a favorite Punjabi song of all time that you guys like? What's the one on your Spotify list that you're playing right now?
Um,
Or have I put you on the spot?
No, you haven't. I'm just trying to think which one to speak of. Aap batao.
He's gonna say Aja Mahi from RDB.
I'll tell you. There's this song that I've been. I don't know the lyrics.
But it's got a good beat to it, yeah? Okay, how about yourself?
बहुत सारे गाने ने यार ते बहुत बी प्राक दे किन्ने गाने ने जानी दे लिखे हुए ने मूसा वाला दे गाने
What's your thoughts on Sidhu? Like, a great artist gone too soon.
a great human being and a great artist, but it's very unfortunate what happened.
And just on that fact, like, talk about the rise of social media. Like now, back in the days when you used to have reviews, you used to read them in newspapers, message boards, etc. As social media has risen, is this something you guys actually pay attention to about reviews, or do you engage in social media, or do you guys just leave social media aside?
I think I would say people should just lot of time when critics talk about any film or any song or anything, and when you hear it, actually it comes out different.
Yeah.
I think you should have your own sense and own review about it too, because many a times I've seen movies getting 1 star and ਉਹਨੇ 200-300 ਕਰੋੜ ਦਾ ਧੰਦਾ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਕਿਤੇ ਪਿਓ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕੀ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਕੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਚੰਗਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ ਔਰ ਕਰ ਲਓ.
Yeah. And then one I know we're very running short of time, but people tend to forget, you are artists on screen and you're people behind the screen. How have you found that, as the industry's grown? Like you've been in the industry for over 30 years. You're celebrating 28 years of Mura as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. 20 years of
28
yeah.
years of Mura. Like how have you found it? Like, you're Akshay Kumar on TV, camera, back for millions of fans, then away from it, you're Akshay Kumar, just the person. Have you been able to switch off, or are you constantly always on?
See, I have few sets of friends which from my school time. They're always there with me once in a week we always have lunch or dinner together.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of time to switch off with them. When I go home also, then also I'm switched off. And I like to live my life in a very common way. And मेरे नाल इस तरह कोई I don't move around with too much of baggage or anything. And ज़िंदगी से चंगी तरह चल रही है बस.
And Bhumi, how about yourself?
I think I'm pretty, like, my persona in front of like people, or you know, when I'm by myself, is pretty similar. I feel like, you know, generally people today, also because of social media, you don't live a dual life, you know. But I do switch off. You know, as so said, I have friends, family.
Yeah.
I live my personal, my professional lives are completely separate. Like, I have no friends that are from, you know, the fraternity. So it gives me a good opportunity to, you know, kind of disconnect from the work that I'm doing.
Awesome. But guys, thank you so much. I know you guys are super busy, but literally closing thoughts, you know, let the guys know about the film, where to catch it, what can they expect, what's coming up. You mentioned Punjabi cinema. Drop us some exclusive if you have anything. Guys, it's your...
Go ahead. Talk about the film.
Well, our very special film Raksha Bandhan is releasing on the 11th of August globally. So please go give this film love. I promise you it's extremely entertaining, but it's really going to move you. And before Akshay sir says it, I'll say it. I think it's one of his most special films.
मैं वही कह रहा हूँ. एक कोई गल कहूँगा. मेरी ज़िंदगी में अन्य फिल्मां किती हैं. ये मेरी सब तो वधिया फिल्म है. This is the closest film and the closest to me, and the best work I've done is this film.
Guys, I'm Ted Samra. You've been watching British TV. We'll catch you soon. Thank you so much.